Alright, that's Volta's stock not doing well in trade, but one stock that is doing extremely well in trade after those earnings came out is Tata Communication. In fact, trading at the highest point since September, promising to touch over that 200 mark. That has been a bit of a barrier for that particular stock. So what's gone right for the company? Sanjay Baweja, the CFO, joins in right now. Sanjay, first off, take us some of the highlights of the quarter gone by.
So we have grown significantly from a quarter-on-quarter perspective. We've grown at about 16% in terms of revenue and year-on-year, and also a significant 60% growth in EBITDA. Similarly, from an H1 perspective, we have grown 46% in terms of EBITDA, and I think that's important from our perspective.
Sanjay, how is the Neotel done in the quarter gone by, and what is the outlook for that segment?
So Neotel has shown significant growth over the last few quarters. They are showing considerable revenue growth. They have turned EBITDA positive in this quarter, and that's the most important aspect from a Neotel perspective. And we believe they will continue to consolidate as they are able. They've been able to maintain their cost line, and they've been able to grow their revenue line. They've grown at about 30-35% CAGR for the last 2-3 years. The early results reflect the same trajectory going forward. So we believe that they will consolidate their position and continue to grow profitably.
Sanjay, help me understand what the dynamics of the call rates. I mean, would you think, or does the company have the ability to sort of increase call rates going ahead, or globally it seems like a pretty subdued picture?
In the segment of telecom that we are, price increases may not happen, and I'm talking globally, but the expectation is that there will be the rate of reduction will be far lower, and that reduction will be based on cost efficiencies that people are able to generate, and it may not necessarily be so much market driven. It is more capacity driven and cost driven from our side. So if the capacity increases happen in a particular segment, we will have a significant reduction, maybe a little reduction in terms of pricing, but otherwise it's more related to capacity and more generation.
Sanjay, do you see any substantial change in terms of segmental revenue? I mean, talk about the various verticals, so NLD, broadband and ILD.
Not significant. NLD, of course, is a very small portion of our overall voice revenue. Our voice revenue is more global in nature. We've not seen any significant change on a quarter-on-quarter basis, and we continue to make money. In fact, our profitability, as you notice, has gone up by about 2 percentage points in our voice business.
Sanjay, debt has been a big concern for India Inc. Going into FY12. What is the current debt as of right now on Tata Com's books?
We have close to about net debt of about $1.5 billion, and we expect that to go up by about 100 odd million in the current year. Other than that, we are okay.
Fort Orient. Are
you looking to refinance or restructure any of this debt, Sanjay?
We did some restructuring at the end of last year, the benefit of which has flown into the current year, into our costs. We don't expect any further restructuring to happen in the current year. However, we might borrow based on need a little bit more money in the market, which we are always in the market from a lookout perspective as to what is the cheapest source of fund, and if there's anything that we need to borrow, we will borrow.
Well, thanks.
Thanks, Sanjay, for that and taking us through those numbers for Tata Communication. The stock, as we were mentioning, up 5%, almost 6% in trade right now. We'll take a break. On the other side, we put the focus on a stock that has felt the pressure.